Breaking tonight, a tornado watch issued until 4 a.m. for the western part of Indiana. The storm system bringing high winds and the chance for severe weather. Definitely a night to stay alert with this weather impacting our entire state. So, Angela, let's get the latest here.
The latest is I hope you have your cell phone charging and the volume on, just in case there are warnings while you're sleeping. Tornado watch issued a couple of hours ago from the Storm Prediction Center does include the western part of the state. If this line does not weaken, we will see additional counties added to the east. But for now, it's Lafayette, Crawfordsville, Greencastle, Terre Haute, Rockville, just a few under the tornado watch until 4 a.m. A particularly dangerous setup tornado watch down to our southwest. This includes Evansville and Point South because of the storms that you see coming out of northeast Arkansas. These areas highlighted in purple are confirmed tornado warnings. We have a couple here in the tornado watch box and another one up near St. Louis. This line extends to the north and all of this is moving our way. One thing that may work in our favor, we expect it to weaken just a bit. However, don't let your guard down. Slight tornado threat continues along with thunderstorms that may produce gusts over 60 miles per hour. Prepare for power outages. Make sure you have multiple ways to get warnings, charging those cell phones overnight. To the timeline, you can see the line of thunderstorms approaching the Illinois-Indiana border between midnight and 1 a.m. This will move from west to east across the state during the early part of tomorrow morning. We will have team coverage to get you through the potential of severe storms the next several hours.
Angela, thanks so much. So during these severe weather events, having those working tornado sirens is more important than ever. So after several counties encountered issues during Tuesday's statewide siren test, they decided to retest that equipment today. Among them, Marion County, Hancock County, and Zionsville.
It is like an actual mechanical piece of equipment. So like anything mechanical, things can go wrong over time that we may not know about. So testing allows us to get that feedback from the community to say something's wrong with the siren and then address it properly.
So both Hancock County and Marion County tell us their retests were successful today. Officials in Zionsville say they are still experiencing a mechanical issue with two sirens, but they tell us they are still functional using an alternative activation method. Remember, tornado sirens are for outdoor use only. So since the storm system is going to be moving through overnight when you're sleeping, make sure you've got other notification methods before you go to bed. Turn your phone volume up. Set it to receive emergency notifications and text alerts. Having a weather radio on hand, another good option. And there are free services like Smart 911, which sends National Weather Service alerts right to your phone. And make sure you've got our WTHR weather app before you go to sleep. We'll alert you to any watches or warnings overnight. If you don't have it, it's a free download. Go get it tonight. Well, these strong winds, storms, and eventual snow chances over the weekend could prevent progress on an issue that is impacting a lot of Hoosiers. All these potholes. DPW took advantage of the nice weather this week, filling nearly 22,000 potholes all across Indianapolis. But the department says there are still thousands of repair quests to get to. So tonight, our Logan Gay looks into the issues compounding Indy's pothole problem and the communities impacted because of them.
It's the dreaded sound that makes you turn your radio down and listen, hoping there's no other unexpected sounds coming from your vehicle. That's right, Hoosiers, it's pothole season.
It's terrible. I mean, people are bottoming out their cars. I probably spend $1,000 a year on my tires, not just from this neighborhood, but other potholes.
Kyle Bloyd with Indy DPW says this is a busy pothole season because they lost a lot of days to weather. Right now, they're working through 13,000 pothole complaints filed through the Mayor's Action Center, tracking about 3,300 complaints more than this time last year.
Crews are putting in a lot of time. We know we have a lot of catching up to do. In general, we try to get these pothole complaints closed out in about 2 weeks, but there's a big backlog from this winter, and we especially got to pay attention to the city's thoroughfares. You know, we're dealing with higher speeds, high volume of complaints, and high traffic counts as well.
Debbie Grush submitted a pothole complaint for a street on Echo Drive on the northwest side of Indianapolis in January. She and her neighbors say they're desperate for someone to fix these large craters covering their streets.
It's really hard to drive down the street, at least just to get to our houses.
She says so far they haven't heard back.
I should be able to drive my own neighborhood.
The potholes on her street and around the city, keeping her from doing some of the things she enjoys because she doesn't want a pricey bill if she damages her vehicle.
I don't even drive at night anymore. I have season tickets to the Pacer games. I've gone to 2 because I won't drive down there at night and spend $1,000 on my car just to go to a Pacer game.
But Boyd says their recent access to the hot asphalt mix is making a big difference. So far, they've used 440 tons of it. He also says now that they have about $60 million of funds for residential streets. That should help a lot of communities that may have been neglected for years.
Now we have this consistent funding source. We're going to see consistent work in a lot of these Indy neighborhoods that have been neglected for far too long.
At this point, Grush says she's not sure if there's enough mix that can fix this. She says they would rather the city start from scratch.
We just want to get it re-asphalted and make it really nice.
But she says time will tell. In Indianapolis, Logan Gay, 13 News.
And you can report potholes to the Mayor's Action Center online, by phone, or in person. The center is open Thursdays between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And right now we're working to find out what caused this 7-vehicle crash on I-465 tonight, sending 5 people to the hospital. Tonight, state police are telling us that there were no serious injuries. Now, we do know the crash involved a school bus from southern Indiana that was headed to Kokomo for a robotics competition. This crash took more than 2 hours to clear. Look at the backup. It led to serious backups all along 465 on the northwest side during the Friday night rush hour. Tonight, a vigil for an 18-year-old killed in a shooting at a Northside apartment complex. Friends and family coming together tonight at the Hub at Nora Apartments, remembering Griffin Peyton Russo. Dozens of people gathered at a memorial set up for the 18-year-old, releasing balloons in his memory. Russo was found shot and killed inside of an apartment on March 2nd. IMPD is telling us they took the suspected shooter into custody at the scene, but that person was released pending further investigation. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. Tonight we're working to find out if IMPD has made an arrest after a shooting in Castleton. Police tell us this happened near 82nd and Craig this afternoon. Our news crews saw several officers responding to the Starbucks parking lot nearby. IMPD has not shared a condition for the person shot, other than to tell us that they are stable. Tonight, the Johnson County prosecutor is weighing in on a plea deal for the man who's accused of killing his wife at a gas station in Fishers. The deal for Joshua Farmer calls for a total of 80 years in prison. He admits to stalking his wife Kayla in 2023 and shooting her several times as she sat in her car. The prosecutor's office says this plea deal brings a quicker and more permanent resolution for the family.
They are glad that this matter is being resolved, and we would not have entered into this agreement if it was not acceptable to them.
New details tonight on an attempted burglary at an Anderson gun store. Police tonight are telling us that George Bryant crashed his car into gunslingers Sunday, intending to steal a gun to kill 2 family members and then himself. Bryant tonight is facing multiple charges, including attempted murder and burglary. Tonight, the University of Notre Dame is under federal investigation by the Education Department for alleged racial discrimination. The investigation is part of President Trump's push to end diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Notre Dame responded, saying the university follows the law and in no way practices or condones discrimination. Heads up for AES and Citizens Energy customers, the winter moratorium ends tomorrow. Indiana law prevents utility companies from cutting heat between December and mid-March. But after tomorrow, gas and electricity can be disconnected if you don't pay your bill. Remember, you can find all of our day's local and national headlines anytime on your phone. Just download our 13 News app.